Hi, it's Larry Gaines, Power Cycle Trading. I wanted to talk a little bit about crude oil. I started out trading crude back in 1980 and started out with cargoes of foreign crude oil and traded, full time as a professional oil trader for over 20 years. So I picked up a few things about oil, but the first thing I want to show you is the technicals here using my trading model. So basically, this is a monthly time frame, and if you see, this is a crude oil continuation chart. So the last big sell-off was, back in 2008, 2009, and we had a cycle shift, which I had confirmation on back in May of 2009. This is my cycle 3 indicator. You can see when it hit this green mark here, that's pretty much my signal that the market was shifting as far as the cycle, and it was going to shift back to the upside. Now we're getting the same confirmation right here on cycle 3 right now. And the odd part is that it's also in May. So that's on crude oil. So here's crude oil. This is also the macro. You can see we've come down into this macro long-term trend, held that trend line. Now I'm getting, an alert signal on my cycle 3 indicator that we're getting confirmation to a alert for a cycle shift back to the upside. You can see how it was back here, also in May of 2009. Now, what I want to see next is when I break it down to the weekly, you'll see how the market's really started to respond. So positive momentum, cycle 3 up. We're now crossing back above the 21 period moving average, so we need to hold that. So things are looking good. But, there are some clouds on the horizon, and that's what I want to be talking about a little bit more in depth this Tuesday night, May 5th. Now, what we're seeing is there's also a big seasonality part to crude oil, and the seasonal tendency is that it shifts to kind of sideways to off in May. So let me show you that real quick. So this is a seasonality chart of crude oil, and this is a continuation series. So basically you've got 30-year, 15, 5-year trends. And if you just look at this in general, you'll see that in May, the market tends to go sideways to down. And then you get the big, nice push back up end of June. So that's January crude. Here's January Brent. Well, this is the seasonality chart, so you have to look at the January series so you can see forward. But here's a Brent continuation. So sideways to down, and then it has a nice uptrend end of June. And here's RBOB, sideways to down, nice uptrend in June. So these are the things that we'll talk about here Tuesday night. So if you'd like to join me, let me show you how you can sign up for this, and I'll give you the details right now. So just use the link on this email and register, and it's Want to Learn How to Trade Crude Oil. It's going to be this Tuesday, May 5th at 8 p.m. And I'll go over the global outlook of the hard commodities, just in general, looking at the seasonality aspects, major oil benchmarks and how to use them, how I go about identifying oil cycles and trends, and then how to ride those, steps to find the highest probability trade setups for energy, and how to trade market contango, what that is, and market backwardation, how to use those dynamics, and some of the favorite trading vehicles that I use. So I hope you'll join me. Use the link on this email, and see you Tuesday.